And now we're going to take a look at some of the talent that you guys have and some of the things you want to try to get accomplished on both ends of the floor. And we can just let this play through because we're going to see it a few times.
A lot of Victor effect on that possession there.
Beautiful pass by Victor Wembanyama.
You know, this can be sometimes a play call and sometimes it's just them playing, but I think we understand as a team when Victor gets the ball, we want to give him space. And what that does, it allows the defense to have to make a decision of if they're going to try to show a crowd and make him play around multiple bodies or play him one-on-one. And when we see teams that play in a crowd, or if someone has an angle like Steph Castle does right here, this is great acknowledgement and awareness on him. He goes and sets a screen at a great angle, and now if you play it when Victor comes off here, he's going to have that ability to see Steph over the top.
Every pass on the floor is available to him because he's seeing things that nobody else on the court is.
For sure, and I think that's why it's important to space around him because it makes the picture very easy for him, right? When Josh Giddey decides to be aggressive and approach and engage the basketball, Victor knows he has Steph Castle over top if Steph has the right screening angle there on Jalen Smith. And then obviously if someone like Patrick Williams or someone over here on the weak side pulls in, now he knows where his outlet passes are to the perimeter. Again, the biggest thing is if we can create space in that initial advantage, and then it's really on the guys. We want them to be able to play with optionality and try to create advantages for each other and maintain and then capitalize on those advantages.
I think now we're going to take it to the other end of the floor, and you're going to be able to see some of the things that Victor can do defensively.
Wagner inside.
There's another back block.
Another block. Didn't jump. Wemby was all over it. 2 blocks here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 3. Anthony.
What are some of the things you see on this possession that are some of your, identifying factors that you list every day that these absolutely have to get done?
Yeah, we want to have a presence on the ball, and we also want to get through screens. So even right there, sometimes if you're not able to get through that screen and Franz Wagner's able to get an advantage on a short, easy curl, it doesn't seem like a big play, but those are the types of possessions throughout the game when you get players like that going, if you give them easy looks. So when we can get through screens and just make guys have to fight and be able to keep right there, our matchups, there's a rescreen, which again, it's going to be tough sometimes to get through, but then Devin and Victor do a good job of navigating this. It ends up being a switch. And so now Victor knows he has to stay in front and he's responsible for the ball, and Devin has to try to take care of the big. And then even on that loose ball right there, there was a good awareness that Victor and Devin got back to their matchups.
Yeah, there's so much on this possession that Victor does, just providing help. And even here, you look at Wagner come off this screen. When Wagner first comes off this screen, look where Victor's located when he comes back off the screen. Victor's all the way back in the lane, but he's so long. Wagner's not even thinking about shooting a pull-up jumper right there, and he ends up taking the action right to his chest, and with that length, he's able to make this play at the rim pretty easily.
So Victor's back there with his length in certain spots. That should be able to help guys play a certain type of defense to know where their help is and where he's going to be at, because that's going to funnel certain things, just like here Devin being able to make him go back off the rescreen because he knows Victor's going to be there to play some team defense.